Hello, I'm Michael Falco, your host and narrator. From Slave to National Hero, The Legend of Nanny by Colin C. Reid. From Slave to National Hero, Chapter 1. The roosters crowed their early morning greeting, breaking the stillness of the cool, hazy morning and rousing the sleepy African village. Visibility was limited as the thick white soupy mist blanketed the entire valley, while dew water drenched the surrounding foliage. This quaint little African village was slowly coming to life, with folks rustling around in their tiny huts, while others gathered firewood outside to boil the morning tea. For the older women of the village, the night was rather long, waiting in anticipation of the birth of Madapuko's grandchild. Madapuko, or Madapi as she was affectionately called by everyone, was the famous spiritual leader of the Ashanti tribe. Some people claimed that she had great mystical powers and was able to speak with the dead. No one dared to question Madapi. Her words were more significant than even the chiefs because of the belief that her profound wisdom came directly from their great ancestors. As the sun struggled to break through the thick, murky fog, a single piercing cry of a newborn baby broke the silence. Inside the hut, Madapuko was busy cleaning off the baby as it continued to wail at the top of its lungs. The many days of anxious waiting was over. The people rushed out of their huts with excitement and jubilation towards the hut where the newborn babe was crying.
That must be a baby boy.
One elderly woman said.
Because for one thing, only boys take so long to be born.
And where did you get that from? Have you forgotten how long Miss Della's granddaughter took last year? It was like the child didn't want to come out.
I believe that the young mothers are not resting enough. They're always out enjoying themselves. So the poor babies are tired as hell. And that is why they don't want to come out.
Lord, woman, give it a rest. So early in the morning and you start flapping your mouth already? A man's ears can't even get some peace and quiet. Everywhere you go, you're always talking. I hope it is a baby boy.
So what's wrong with a girl child?
Lord knows, Mother P needs a little boy around here to help her.
You men always want us to have more babies. And you know full well that you don't do a darn thing around here. You are saying that Mother P needs a boy? Ha! What a joke. We both know that she can only depend on a girl.
Woman, don't bother me so early in the morning. By the way, what happened to the tea that you had promised me, woman? Why is it taking so long?
No. Do you see what I mean? You have just proven my point. There you are, sitting down and waiting for me to bring you your tea.
This woman talks so much, from morning till night. I wish she would just shut her mouth.
What are you mumbling about out there? You're always mumbling to yourself. You need to stop it. Stop it, I tell you, stop it. It is a bad habit.
The little hut was neatly decorated with flowers and ornaments to herald the arrival of the baby. In the center of the room, the young mother was quietly resting on a little bed after writhing all night in pain. Crouching around her bed were her mother, aunts, and other ladies of the tribe, humming quietly as they wiped her brow and cleaned her body. Madapuko cradled the baby in her arms, and as the sun came up, she looked intently into the baby's face and declared,
"You look just like my grandmother, identical to her. Those eyes remind me so much of her."
Turning to the other lady, she said,
"This child looks like she knows me already. She looks like she's understanding everything I'm saying. This child must be my grandmother come back to life. I can already see the power in her. She, like my grandmother, will lead our people one day. The world will know of her and about her. You mark my word."
We believe you, Mother P.
The young mother laid still on the bed, listening to the elders and her mother talking about her baby, as if she was not there. She wanted so badly to hold her baby in her arms, but they only allowed her to hold her for a short time before Madapuko took her back and passed her from one hand to another, each elder spending some time to bless the child.
"This baby,"
Madapuko declared, holding the baby up to the light,
"shall be called Nanny, after my grandmother. She will lead our people when the time comes. She will do great wonders that this world has never seen."
This child is really special.
one elder whispered to another.
I've never seen Mother P so worked up over a birth. And I've seen her deliver hundreds of babies over the years.
As the morning sun came up, more and more people arrived at the hut to pay their respect to the newborn. Many brought gift baskets of fruits and vegetables, ground provisions, honey, and grains. Preparations for the evening celebration to welcome Nanny into the tribe were progressing well. Some women prepared vegetables, while others pounded maize into a fine powder. The men expertly skinned goats as the dogs hung around, lapping up the fresh blood. Everyone was in a joyful mood, singing merrily as they worked to get things ready for the afternoon festivities. As the day progressed, leaders from the surrounding tribes arrived bringing gifts, extending greetings, and paying their respect to the newborn babe. The chief of a great northern tribe walked for 2 days to pay his respect. He brought with him a small herd of goats as a present for the child. When the people saw this, they were amazed because they knew how powerful this chief was. As the afternoon approached, the people got ready for the festivities. Families began arriving and choosing their spots on the square. The chief arrived with his entourage, and after greeting Madapuko with the baby in her arms, and the other dignitaries, he took his seat, signaling the start of the celebration. As the drummers pounded energetically on their finely tuned skins, sweat ran freely down their bodies, giving them a distinct glow. The elite talking drummers were the envy of everyone as they played their instruments with such finesse, broadcasting the good news to all who would lend an ear. Dancers of all ages took to the square, dancing rhythmically and gyrating to the infectious beat. The young kids moved effortlessly to the rhythm, while the older folks rocked steadily to the beat. The youth dancers showed off their dancing skills to the amazement of the crowd, turning, spinning, dancing in circles, and showing off their impressive talent. Madapuko lovingly passed the baby from one elder to the other, each elder praying over the baby and giving their blessing. Meanwhile, the baby's mother Nije could hear the distant laughter and the rhythmic drumming from the square as she laid uneasily in her bed, drifting in and out of sleep. She wondered to herself, what was so special about her baby? Why was her mother so excited? She had heard her mother saying that the child looked exactly like her grandmother, and that her baby was in fact her great-great-grandmother reincarnated. This was too much for Nije, and she promised herself that she would talk to her mother about it in the morning, as she drifted off to sleep again. The musicians played non-stop throughout the festivities while the people danced. The dancing went on until late into the night, and at the end of the celebration, everyone went home feeling fortunate that they had been there and able to witness the arrival of this precious bundle of joy. The Legend of Nanny is brought to you by Colin, Reid, and Michael Falco. Written and directed by Colin, Reid. Our voice talent included Yvonne Gregory, Lena Griffiths, Andrea Hudson Lindsay, and Calvin Gordon. Our production engineer was Michael Falco. If you would like to contact us, please email us at legendofnanny@gmail.com. If you would like to contribute to our fundraising campaign on KickStarter, please visit The Legend of Nanny on KickStarter.com. We hope you will join us next time for Chapter 2. Thanks for listening to Chapter 1, The Legend of Nanny.